Alright, what's up guys? So that was pretty much a big bust. I went to go put the snow tires on the Challenger and they were pretty much booked up straight. Like I literally got there as soon as they opened up and they were just completely booked up. Which, the funny thing is, that's actually the same place I put the tires on the Jeep. So that was kind of cool, but I don't know. So great, I couldn't put those on. As you can see, do have some snow on the ground. It's like, it's not on the road. It's actually like pretty nice out right now, but we did get snow earlier this year where it's kind of early for us to get snow like this early. It's still in November. We usually don't get like snow until like January. Sometimes it might snow before Christmas, but that's like, usually it usually doesn't stick. But with that in mind, I want to definitely, I don't know, I want to put the snow tires on rather sooner than later. Oh, so great. I can't put the snow tires on right now. Hopefully I'll get them done Monday, and yeah. But yeah, I'm not really sure what else we're going to be doing today, but yeah. I'm gonna bring you guys along with me for the ride. So yeah, let's just enjoy it. Great, I guess I have to do the manual one because he's cleaning out the automatic ones. It's okay, I don't mind doing a manual clean on the car. And yeah, let's do it. Car is washed, now going to my favorite place to always go, Tim Hortons. Alright guys, so yeah, I couldn't get the tires installed today. They're just way too booked up, even though I got there literally like maybe 15 minutes after they opened up, but they already had a line full of people that were already there, so that kind of sucks. I did wash my car, even though now it's raining, and I'm like, great. I literally washed my car and it's raining out right now, so that's great. But without further ado, I kind of want to talk to you guys about why I got the Dodge Challenger over, you know, a Subaru WRX versus Camaro versus a Mustang versus, you know, like an Audi TT versus a lot of other things. Because to be honest with you guys, before I bought this car, I did research on literally almost anything and everything. I don't know, I literally have a spreadsheet, and I am 100% serious about this. I have a spreadsheet with multiple tabs in it, going through a lot of different cars, talking about, you know, the pros, the cons. I even have a notebook as well that I wrote in, that I kept track of like pros and cons of a lot of different vehicles, a lot of different stuff. Yeah, I literally, before I bought this, I went through a lot of different options of what I thought would be the best option for me. So obviously, it really came down to a couple of different vehicles that were like my top contenders. Buying another Jeep Wrangler, that was definitely like, that was up there. I wanted to buy another Jeep Wrangler by, you know, 2013, 14 plus. That's what I really wanted to do. But then also, you know, another contender was a Dodge Challenger, and then another contender, which surprisingly enough was a Audi TT. I know that's kind of strange. I really wanted a TTS. So, you know, those were like my top contenders, and then another contender was a Focus RS. But the Focus RS, it was kind of hard to kind of find one, to really test drive one, and really kind of, I don't know, that seemed like a more pie in the sky type of scenario to find one. I mean, but I thought about a lot of different other stuff, like a Mustang versus, you know, a Subaru, like I said, a Subaru WRX, the STI, Camaro, Chargers. I thought about a lot of different other things. I'm 100% happy with my decision with buying this Dodge Challenger RT. And let me tell you guys why. To be honest with you, when it really came down to it, I wanted something that was going to be comfortable and fast, well, quick, you know, fairly quick, something comfortable, quick, and interesting. And to be honest with you, the Subarus, you know, when I was looking at them, to me, this is me personally, I didn't really like the interior that much at all. And for me, having a nice interior is something that I really wanted to have. After I was coming out of my Jeep Wrangler, I wanted to have a really nice interior with really nice features, and just I wanted it to be nice. I'm not saying that Subarus don't have that, but to me, it was lacking. And also, the fact that it's 4 doors, I know it's more practical, but to me, it didn't quite feel as special as having a coupe. You know, even though I know there's a lot of fast sedans out there, because trust me, I was actually looking at some BMWs as well. And there's a lot of fast sedans, and it's really cool to have a fast sedan, but I don't know, for some reason it just didn't connect with me on a emotional level. So that cut out a lot of different vehicles. With that in mind, so I was looking at a lot of different other vehicles. Really was looking at the Audi TTS. Thought about even some like an A4 or an S4 or something like that. But really came down to it, the biggest deterring, or I guess the biggest factor why I didn't want to go with that was because of the amount of money you would have to pay to get the amount of horsepower. Now, getting an Audi would have been cool. They're all-wheel drive. They're quick. I mean, no, they're actually downright fast. It would have been faster than this. But the price to pay for the amount of horsepower that you get, and also just the reliability. After about 50,000 miles, I would not want to own a Audi out of warranty. That's just kind of how it is. Wouldn't want to own an Audi. I really wouldn't want to own a BMW out of warranty at all either, too. So that definitely cut it. That cut a lot of those other vehicles out for me. A lot of the like German cars, I just don't want to have to deal with those type of repairs. I don't want to pay with, you know, like $1,000 repair for something and have to use these like super like obscure, you know, BMW or Audi parts. With that in mind, it really kind of narrowed it down to more of the American cars. The American cars, they're not as refined, and they're not as I guess luxurious, and they don't have that, you know, name recognition as, okay, you're driving a BMW, you're driving an Audi, something like that. But the one thing that I really love about the American cars is that these cars have so much presence. I love just the way that this looks. Like, when you're just pulling up at a light or anything, it looks cool. I mean, you really can't deny that. It's 100% very just raw, and it looks very aggressive, and I really like that. So for me, it really came down to the 3 American cars. It came down to, well, I guess 4 if you want to count the Charger with the Challenger. Challenger, the Camaro, and the Mustang. So when I really start putting the cars inside that order, so at this point in time, I guess my contenders really kind of got narrowed down. I was looking at, you know, either getting another Jeep, either buying a lifted truck, either getting, you know, Mustang, Camaro, Charger, Challenger. And then I also was looking at the Focus RS, was looking at Focus STs, but then again, like the Focus ST, the BRZ, the FRS, some of those other cars, the way I was looking at it was, because I knew whatever car I was going to buy next, I wanted to keep it for a good amount of time, for a couple years. The way I looked at it is, some of those cars, I just thought that in this stage of my life, I think that it would have looked, maybe not would have looked, but it felt a little bit too, not kiddish, but boy racer. So when I sat inside that FRS, oh, actually, no, I think it was the BRZ, but same difference really. It felt way too small. It did feel kind of nice inside, but it just felt way too small, and it just didn't connect with me on an emotional level. With that in mind, I was kind of leaning towards the American cars. Looked at a couple lifted trucks, and I really do love lifted trucks. Love lifted trucks, and I love Jeeps. But in my heart of hearts, I kind of felt that if I was really going to buy another like SUV or a truck, it would have been a Jeep over a truck, if that makes sense. So I kind of just moved the trucks out of that category, and I kind of was just looking more towards the Jeeps, and then also towards the American sports cars. So, but when it really came down to it, the Mustangs Mustangs, I think, are cool cars. I mean, if you get the 5.0, you know, the GT, they sound amazing. I think probably out of all the other American sports cars, I think the Mustang sounds the best with that 5.0 engine. I did like the interiors of the new ones. Those are great. The interiors are really nice, but it just didn't, I don't know. It didn't connect with me. And then it came down to the Camaros, which I had a Camaro before. I had a 2012 Camaro RS manual. I really liked the Camaro. The only negative thing with those is that the interior space, they felt way too cramped. That was the main reason why I got rid of my other Camaro, because it felt way too cramped over, I don't know, you know, after driving it for a while, it felt way too cramped. I couldn't fit anyone in the back, like, at all. It was cool though. I really did like it, but it's just, it wasn't, I couldn't see myself keeping that car for like a really long time, because I couldn't even fit like kids in the back. So I knew that if I wanted to get something, it would have to be at least big enough that people could fit inside the back seat. To carry people, I could. If I had to bring my dogs with me, I could. I really couldn't do it inside the Camaro. I really do like the new updated interiors. Those, they look fantastic. To me, I still compare them to, like, they're on the quality of what a Corvette was, you know, like the previous generation to me. Yeah, and then especially if you buy the SS, those are just unbelievably fast. Those are just unbelievably really fast vehicles, and man, those things are nice. But I don't know. And plus, since I had one before, I kind of want to try something different. So that kind of guided me to, like, not necessarily go towards buying another Camaro. I wanted to do something completely different, and that was also part of the reasons why I didn't want to get another Jeep, because I was thinking to myself, I want to have a different experience, a different driving experience, a different, you know, just angle, and I wanted to experience different things, if that makes sense. So that kind of, at this point in time, I was kind of thinking like, well, maybe I shouldn't buy another Jeep Wrangler, because buying one back to back, I feel like I would regret that, because some of the reasons why I didn't want to keep my Jeep, they would still be present with buying a newer one. So at this point in time, I was kind of really just, you know, focusing in on exactly like, what did I really want? What did I think would make me happy? What did I think would be the best option for me right now for this point in my life? Oh, at this point in time, I was thinking about either the Challenger, Focus RS, and that was pretty much it. You know, I did look at some 370Zs, price some of them out. That would have been a cool option, but ultimately, only having 2 seats, I think that would have been the, ultimately that wouldn't have worked out for my lifestyle. But it was nice to look at some and just see exactly, you know, how much they were, and, you know, if that was a possibility. But when it came down to it, finding a Focus RS, which would have been great. I love those interiors. I absolutely love those interiors. I think they look really nice, and it's definitely a step above. And it's kind of a sleeper. Most people, you know, normal people, they don't really know what they are, and they're, I don't know. But the hardest part about that is trying to find one to even, like, really test drive one for the price that you would have to pay to get into one. I couldn't really find one. I couldn't find any around here, and I don't know, I really didn't want to, like, buy something, you know, without test driving it and really, like, giving it a second to, like, really feel it out. I sat inside one before when I went to the auto show, but that wouldn't justify me just purchasing one without getting a chance to find one. So that kind of cut that out. So it really came down to the Charger and the Challenger. Now with those two, the 4-door thing with the Charger was kind of the other reason why I said, okay, maybe I don't want the Charger. I do think they look cool, but to me though, I feel like having a coupe feels more special. That's honest, you know, the honest to God reasoning. And you know, when I was looking at the Challengers, more specifically the RT, I slot that next to the EcoBoost Mustang and I think the 6-cylinder Camaro, because when you really think about it, the RT is like the second tier level of the Challengers. And if you look at it for the Mustang, it goes from the V6, and then they consider the EcoBoost higher, and then they can, you know, then they consider the GT, and then the GT 350, 350R. They're in that kind of range. And then with the Camaro, they go with the 4-cylinder Camaro, then the V6, then the SS, you know, then the ZL1, you know, so on and so forth. And for this, the Charger and Challenger, it goes from the SXT to the RT, then to the RT Scat Pack, and then, you know, Hellcat, Red Eye, Demon, you know, in that order. So I kind of slide this in that mid-level, you know, like second tier type of performance vehicle. So when you start thinking about it like that, it makes more sense. You get that V8 sound, and I really wanted a V8 because I did think about getting a V6. V6s, they're okay, but to be honest with you, I really want the V8 sound. Yeah, I said whatever I'm gonna get, I'm not gonna settle, and I want to make sure I get something that I really like, and I really wanted a V8, so I got the V8. I got the V8. It has the V8 sound. Which I love. Is it the fastest thing in the world? No, but it sounds amazing. And that's what I really wanted. I want that V8 sound. And then once again, that goes back to having usable back seats. I can safely say that I've sat in the back seats of this vehicle, and I'm 6'2", 6'3", and I was able to sit back there. And honestly, it's pretty comfortable. You can actually sit 5. So I was happy about that. Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem fitting people back there. We literally did. We picked up some people, and we had some people sitting in the back. I sat in the back. It's totally usable back seats, which is really nice to have. I feel like this interior is really nice. I think this interior is, to me, I know a lot of people say that the Mustang interior is like the top out of the 3 American muscle cars. To me, I think this interior looks better than I think probably goes Camaro, then this, and then Mustang. But I know other people say the Mustang's the best, but I guess it's all your personal preference. But I really like this interior. When I found this vehicle, they were looking to sell because they knew going into the winter season they were going to probably be sitting on it for a couple months. That's the reason why I picked up this vehicle. I got it for a great price, so I'm really happy about that. Yeah, with that in mind, that kind of led me to buy the Challenger, and yeah, I'm really happy with my decision. I'm going to probably do a separate video kind of breaking it down a little bit more between the Mustang, Camaro, and the Challenger, of why I really chose this over those other 3. A more in-depth kind of explanation. But I want to give you guys a quick, you know, just kind of, I know this isn't really all that quick now, but there's a lot of cars I was comparing, and kind of the reason why it kind of led me to this decision right now. So I want to give you guys a update of exactly why I more specifically went with the Challenger over all of those other vehicles that I was kind of comparing it with. But yeah, guys, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully this video kind of lets you in a little bit more into my buying decision process of why I ended up with this over everything else. You know, some people are going to be upset that I didn't get another Jeep. Some people are going to be upset that I didn't get this or didn't get that. But ultimately, I chose something that I think was going to be the right decision for me and for my family, and something that I think that I was going to enjoy the most and really utilize the most. And ultimately, I think this has been a really good choice for me. I'm 100% happy with it, 100% satisfied, and I'm really excited to do a lot more things with this vehicle. But with that in mind, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a like. Check out some of the other videos that I've done. I'm going to be doing a ton of videos on this Dodge Challenger RT in the future, and you know, stick around, guys. I got a lot of stuff in store, and I'm really excited for the videos that are going to be coming out next. If you haven't, follow me on Instagram, OmegaGreed, same name as YouTube channel. And yeah, guys, I will see you in the next video. See ya.